What's going on YouTube? Welcome back for another video. And tonight we are not going to be breaking any boxes or packs. Tonight we will be reviewing my top 10 cards in my collection. These aren't, like the top 10 most valuable cards or anything like that. These are 10 of my favorite cards that are in my collection as of today, as of this moment, which ones I've pulled some myself, or I've bought, or I've acquired in a trade or something like that. So I'll be showing 10 of them, and in no particular order except for the last two. So first, why don't we start? There's a good mix. It's kind of almost an even split between half football, half hockey. But why don't we start with some hockey here? And one of my favorite players, John Tavares. Right, and I was very, very happy to acquire this young gun. It's in fairly good condition. I got it off eBay. Honestly, I don't even remember how much I bought it for. I don't think it was all that expensive, to be honest. I think it was like, I want to say like $40 if I remember correctly, maybe even 35. But I haven't taken it. Came like this. I haven't taken it out, so it has an old school screw down case as well too. But I took a look at it, and I'm beginning to get into grading, or at least thinking about submitting cards for grading too. And so in doing that, I was kind of inspecting this card just to make sure everything looks good. And from what I can see, I haven't taken it out of this case since I got it. So from what I can see, though, everything looks fairly good. The edges are very sharp. The corners, I think, from what I can see, they don't look too bad. There's a little bit, like a super small blemish. I don't know if you can see it, like a super small blemish, like right. Let's see if I can get it, like right there. You see right there? Yeah. So that's kind of the only thing I really noticed. I mean, I hope it comes back as a gem mint, but you never know. Although I kind of do like hockey cards in the Beckett slab. And I'll show you why. But for now, I think this one, I haven't inspected the surface yet, because the surface is always a little bit hard to do. I think I might need to get one of those, like a jeweler's loupe or something like that, just to go and kind of inspect and make sure there's no dents or chips or anything on the surface of the card, because that's always hard to spot, right? So anyways, that was, that's one. All right, so John Tavares. And that young gun, I had to follow it up with my favorite set, and I happened to get the Future Watch Auto, right? So this one ran me about, oh geez, honestly, I don't even remember. I got these years ago. But so this Beckett slab, I think the 9 Auto is fair, because if you can see this, so a lot of his cards, I don't know what pen he was using back then, but a lot of his cards have this little, it's not even a smudge, it's just poor ink, right? I don't know, it's like a pen tip. Like you can see, like right when he started to draw that T, it just like streaked a little bit weird, right? And then, so it's the 9 Auto I can understand, but most of the other stuff, like a 9 on the edges, I don't know if I really buy that, to be honest. I was going through it myself just to look at it, and I mean, I can understand the corners being 9. I looked at the back, and there was a bit of a, let's see, I thought I saw, where was it? One of the corners had a little bit of a ding on it, just a really I think it was this one. I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but this one right here, you see? Right there. So some of the edge work, now that you get the light on it like that, you can see kind of it looks like it's kind of popped up or ridged up like that. Maybe that's why it's gotten a 9 on those edges. But anyways, doesn't matter. I got a graded card, and it was a good price, but I had to pair it up with the Young Guns, right? So SP Authentic Future Watch Autos are by far my favorite rookie autograph, and I think for the majority of hockey collectors out there too, this is kind of like the auto, the rookie auto that you want to own outside of the same set, outside of the auto patch auto, right? So that one is very, very difficult to acquire too, since they're always serial numbered out of 100. So these ones are much easier to acquire, right? So out of 999, right? And they all look super sharp, right? All the designs always look different too, but if you are into hockey, you have to have. I think it's a must-have. I think it's a must-have in your collection to have a SP Authentic rookie auto of either your favorite player or like your favorite team. Just get as many as you can. I have a whole a frame of Flames autos from I think 2000. I want to say 2010 up until lately. So about 10 years worth of Future Watch autos in there as well too. So it looks good. I love the look of it too. But anyway, so that's number 2. And number 3, again, in the same breath, a Future Watch auto of Matthew Barzal. So I like the Islanders. They're kind of my East Coast team, and I love watching them. I love watching them when Tavares was there, of course. But the year that him and Barzal played together, like that year was, those years I should say, those were great. I loved watching this kid play too, right? And then like when I was able to find this, I was like, I have to have an Islanders little PC going on too. And then of course, as I mentioned, the Future Watch auto is a must have, right? So went out, got this one, and this one, like you can see, like this is 10 auto, which is great. If you compare it to Tavares, you can see why, right? So yeah, I got that 10, 9.5 gem mint. Everything else, you can see it's like just the centering was a little bit off. And I think it's so hard to tell from the Future Watch here because there's not like a box or whatever that you can really look at, but you can tell like a little bit here. So where this lines up and where this lines up here, you can see that it's a little off center in that sense, right? And then you look at the back looks clean. Nothing really wrong here. So it was just that front, just the front spacing here. You can see the Future Watch should have been shifted over maybe by like a couple millimeters or whatever, right? And then you would have been centered for sure. So anyways, so those 3 are my Islanders that I will be showing. And why don't we get into a little bit of football? So I think I've shown you this before, but this was my first 1-of-1 pull out of football. So those that have watched me for a while know that I'm just got into football very, very recently, probably about 6 months ago, right? And this is I first opened a bunch of certified, and then I opened up a couple boxes of elite, and then I got a couple boxes of absolute football. And I got them on sale, which was great. I think it was like cost me $150 per box, which is a fantastic price, right? And then in one of the boxes, it was probably the best box that I've pulled in football to date, right? And that's no word of a lie, because I pulled this, and then I pulled out of 25 Justice Hill autograph as well too, and I pulled Joe Montana out of 10 gold kaboom, all in the same box. Oh, sorry. And then, all those 3, all in the same box. I'm thinking like, wow, that was crazy, right? It's like a 1-of-1, and it happened to be PC hit 1-of-1, and then another auto 1-of-1, another auto for the PC of Justice Hill, and then a crazy looking, gold kaboom Joe Montana Hall of Famer, right? So that was a wicked box, right? So, but out of all those hits, this was by far my favorite out of all of that, right? Marquise Brown 1-of-1 Black Spectrum out of the rookie Black Spectrum out of Absolute Football. So I thought about grading it, but honestly, it's a 1-of-1, right? I don't need to grade a 1-of-1 because it's the only card. It's going to be a pop 1 regardless, right? So this is one of my favorite pulls that I've ever got to date, right? And I'm also building the rainbow, so I'm fairly close to doing that. So I'll have an update video coming shortly. And, why don't we go back into football with Lamar Jackson Gold Spotlight out of 50 from 2018 Limited RPA. So it's the on-card auto. You get a nice 3-color patch here, right? And, I've shown this card quite a few times too, and honestly, it's my absolute favorite, one of my absolute favorites, probably if not the favorite RPA that I own of Lamar Jackson. So just the look of the card so nice. You know, like let me just take off this just so you can see what the actual card looks like too, right? Without all those scuffs on the one touch, right? Like look at that card. It's just fantastic, right? So I love the look of the card. You know, it's something that, you know, I've seen the limited horizontal ones, but there's something about just the vertical limited auto that I just love, right? And you know, I don't think I'm gonna get this one graded, to be honest. Like it looks fine the way that it is. And normally these sticker cards, right, they always have like, they're prone to edge wear or chipping on the corners and stuff like that. So it's really like, I mean, do I need to preserve it? No, not really, right? It's fine the way that it is in one touch, right? So like that one, super good. So then we'll go into something back into hockey here, and my favorite Flames player, Jarome Iginla, right? This happens to be the first auto that I've ever gotten of Jarome Iginla, right? And it happens to be a dual patch auto with Alex Tanguay. So the two of them played some magical years here in Calgary as well too. And you know, with hockey, a lot of these patches are game used memorabilia, which is fantastic. I love the fact that a lot of hockey products, they advertise as game use, or sorry, not advertise, but they, you know, a lot of the memorabilia they have in boxes, they always come away with, you know, they're always able to come away with, you know, game used jersey, because like, I think it's more special to definitely have it in the game used format, right? So that's kind of the one drawback that you see in football, whereas it's very difficult to acquire things that are, see, this is just as player worn, right? Things that are game used, right? Game used seems to be very rare in football, but not so rare in hockey. Anyway, so this is out of 50, 37 out of 50. And the story behind this one, I actually acquired it via a, how do you want to call it? An Upper Deck. It's not a redemption. It was for redemption replacement, I guess you could say. So I had a redemption that was, I want to say like it was like 18 months, right? It's a year and a half, right? And so I emailed Upper Deck and I asked for a replacement, and they, you know, they actually came back and they asked me like, okay, which what team or what players you can name up to. I think it was 5. You can name up to 5 players and a specific team, and we will try to cater to your requests, right? So top of my list was Jarome Iginla, and then a couple other notable Flames players. And they happened to give me this one plus I think it was a patch as well too. But this one was definitely like, when I opened it up, I was like, holy crap, right? This is a sweet replacement for me, right? It was, I think the replacement card, a redemption card that I was getting was a Sam Bennett, just like it was a rookie auto. It was nothing notable. I mean, yeah, it was a rookie auto, sure, but you know, to get something like this, like I was very satisfied with that replacement too. So, and then of course Alex Tanguay is no slouch either, right? So the two of them being on the same card, same autos, and I don't own a Tanguay auto yet either, which was fantastic. So I was very happy to acquire that as well too. It's kind of like 2 birds with 1 stone, right? So very happy. And look how nice Iggy's auto is. So good. Right, and you can kind of see there's a little bit of red underneath there too. I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's from the card or if that's actually from the underneath. There's like some stitching that's going in underneath there too, but I think it's really cool. Anyway, so that was a really nice redemption replacement that Upper Deck did for me, and I won't soon forget that, and that's why it belongs for now in one of my in my top 10 here. And we'll go back into another hockey. And those that have watched my artifacts poll knows that I pulled this myself, and it is crazy. I was very happy with this, you know, and it's a game used, right? Game used hockey memorabilia, hockey jersey, right? So, and it's of Theo Fleury, and I was like, oh man, that's insane. And I went back and I looked at the odds. I looked at the checklist for this specific. There's only 10. I think there's only 10, pretty sure, players that you can pull. And they do come in, you know, this is the super short print, 8 out of 25, right? They do come in the regular, but the regular odds I think were 1 in like, I want to say like 1 in 600 or something like that. And these ones are even longer odds, obviously, right? But so I was very happy to pull something like this. And, you know, it was Theo Fleury, right? One of the most famous flames in the game, or in their history, sorry, I should say. And, you know, the only thing that was missing was a very, very nice autograph. That would have made this card just absolutely just perfect, in my opinion. Just fill out that with a nice little auto. It's just even if it was a sticker auto, right? I would have loved to see that there. But this is great. I mean, the card itself is Lord Stanley's Legacy Relics, so it's not going to give you an auto. But like, I just think like if you could have put that there, if they could have put that there, that would have been just so good. But anyways, this was such a sweet card to pull, and very, very happy to add that to the PC there. Oh, sorry, I'll put that, shift everything over here and put it here. And another Flames pull that I did, Juuso Välimäki from the trilogy. I think this was I only opened one box of the 2018-19 trilogy anyway, so I was so over the moon to pull the Juuso Välimäki out. I didn't own his auto yet. I had a couple of rookie cards from him, like the Young Guns, OPG, right? But to pull that auto, so good. And it's level 2, which is fantastic. So out of 399, it's not like a super short print, but nonetheless, like that auto looks so good, right? And this is something that I would consider grading, just to preserve the auto itself, right? So I would consider grading this one. Maybe I would do the Iggy auto as well too, just so I can get them both preserved and don't have the auto fade or anything like that too. But I mean, I'm not going to store it in sunlight or anything like that either. But it would be very, very cool to get these two cards graded too. But anyways, that was number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards. So there's the last two, right? So last two, and I think you'll know which one they are. I'll start with this one. So you can see I already put it into a card saver. I've already sleeved it, put it into a card saver. And this one I fully intend to submit to grading, right? I'm just still up in the air whether or not I want to do through Beckett or through PSA. A lot of the football cards I see through PSA, they look great, and I have, I'm planning to grade some other stuff that I'm thinking about sending to PSA too. So I'd probably just put this in there as well. But yeah, I don't think I need to talk too much about this one. I was chasing it, happened to hit in the fourth box of that Don Russ mega box. Sorry, not Don Russ. Don Russ Optic. Sorry, Optic mega box there. And it was a fun chase, and I was so happy to hit it, and I finally grabbed the rated rookie, but it's the bronze parallel too, right? So that made it that much sweeter to get, right? And I inspected this card, and it looks flawless in my opinion. I don't see any problems with it. So definitely it should come back at least a 9 on PSA, at least a 9. Otherwise, it might be a 10, right? So we'll see. And finally, the last one is the very first rookie card that I pulled from Lamar Jackson. And it's the last off the line, $6.99 out of $6.99 from Don Russ Elite, 2018 Don Russ Elite. And again, so I pulled it, sleeved it right away, and I fully intend to send this off to grading as well too. You can see it put it into a card saver, and this one's going to go off as well too. And I think out of everything that I looked at for this card, it does look very, very nice as well. So it should come at least back as a 9. The only thing I do kind of worry about with this foil is you can see like, so if I just angle it correctly there, you can see that little edge work right at the top there where the foil ends. I don't know if that's, obviously when they cut the card, they got to cut it like that and then slap on the foil or whatever it was after. I don't know what the process is, the steps, either foil first and then cut. And if they cut it and the machine kind of pulls it up, maybe that's what causes that little lift on the foil. I don't know if you can see it like that, but maybe not. Yeah, probably not. You can't probably see it from there. But you can see what I mean though, right? There's like a little bit of you can see the line right there when you tilt it at the right angle. But when you look at the edge itself, there's nothing wrong with it, right? It's not flaking or anything like that. There's no dings on it, right? Corners look sharp all across the board. And I think the centering is good, but it's hard to tell, right? Because your foil goes all the way to the top, right? And then your pattern here, it's just that pattern, right? Now on the back though, you can maybe tell a little bit better if the centering is off or not. But again, like the design makes it very, very difficult, right? So, but anyways, so there you go. That's number 10, right? So those two, the last two rated rookie Lamar Jacksons, I fully intend to grade as well. But yeah, there you go. That's my top 10 up to this point. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed seeing what I have in my collection too. And I've got many more as well too. Maybe one day I'll do like top 10 football and top 10 hockey, and then or like top 10 most valuable cards that I have in my possession kind of thing too. Right? And that'd be fun. But it depends if I get super bored or not at home. I don't have too much to rip anymore just because everything's closing down. And I think people are like you and I, all the people that are collecting cards, they're just rushing to like Walmart or the Targets for those down in the States, right? And just kind of clearing the shelves and just so they can have something at home to rip to. But anyways, so with that said, I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. Hit the like button if you like that. Subscribe, and hopefully you come back for more content that I'll have uploaded very so. I can't even talk. I've been talking so long. Very soon, and stay safe out there. And hope you guys are enjoying your time with your family, loved ones. Keep everyone safe, right? And just try to abide by all of the rules and regulations that the governments have imposed too, right? So we'll get through this together, and hopefully these videos can help you out, make your day a little bit brighter, and we'll see you again shortly. Thanks again.